But I want to go back to resuscitation medicine, which is what you've been spending so much of your career doing. It used to be thought that if you have a cardiac arrest, oxygen has been cut off after about 5 minutes or so. The thinking was either that was it, or you're going to have serious brain damage, right? But that thinking has changed quite a lot.
Again, I have to tell you the truth is that I don't want to say 99%, but I think probably 99+% of my colleagues still think that way. And I tell you that because every time I round in the ICU and I ask my medical students, my residents, my fellows, they all fall for the 5-minute rule. And the truth is that we thought that after 5 to 10 minutes of oxygen deprivation, the brain dies. But now we've understood that is not true. In other words, what happens after we die, or when we reach the point of death, it's simply a state, if we remove the label death, it's a state of oxygen deprivation to the brain. And we've discovered that the brain is much more resilient to remain in that state. Now, I have to clarify, when I say these things, people think I'm saying the person's brain is working or they're awake. They're not. They're really dead. The brain is not functioning. But there's a difference between not functioning and having degraded to a point where it's gone. The point is that death is no longer considered, society thinks death is rapid degradation. Doctors are taught when you die, you rapidly degrade within 5 minutes from like 100 to 0, and then you're gone. And the reality is it's just not that way. You have this long gray zone in which you are truly dead, but your cells, essentially your brain goes into like a hibernation state. If you know what to do, like the scientists at Yale figured out, you can restore life again to it. Now, if you wait a couple of years, clearly that's not going to work. I'm exaggerating. But there is a point in which the damage will lead to degradation, but it is not hours, possibly even not days of time. It depends whether you were cold, where other factors will come into your genetics and so on and so forth. But the point is, it's opened up this window where you are truly dead, and science, whether it likes it or not, has moved into that field. And we're making incredible discoveries that will help us not only find how to save people's lives, but also explore these deep questions as to what happens to all of us when we go through death. So no longer should we think of this as a religious question or a philosophical question. We have science.